Now, all of you, please concentrate. Today, we are going to discuss that the new theoretical concept, and which is very important to solve the numerical here. Okay. So the concept is magnetic leakage and fringing. I think in the previous session, I just started that concept, and now today we will discuss once again the concept magnetic leakage and fringing. If you see that this magnetic leakage, it's one concept, and the fringing is another concept. Now try to see that what is mean by the magnetic leakage. Suppose we consider that here one iron ring having a certain dimension, it means a certain area of cross section and a certain length, and this iron ring is entirely wound with a coil with n number of turns. If we know that, or if we assume that a current I ampere, it flows through this coil, the magnetic field is set off. And this is the expected path of a magnetic field. This is the what? Expected path of a magnetic field. Why I say that expected path? Because we know that very important thing, when in terms of solenoid coil, when the current will flow through the solenoid coil, magnetic field inside the solenoid coil is very strong. That's why I say that this is the expected path. This is the desired path of a magnetic field is there. But practically the case is different. Practically here, whatever the flux is produced by this current, out of that, the large part of a flux will take this desired path, but very small part of a flux will complete its closed loop through surrounding medium. It means that a very small part of a flux will not take this desired path, and desired path is what? Inside the ring is there. So that they will complete their closed path through the surrounding medium. So this flux, we call it leakage flux is there. So how you can define that the leakage flux? See that the definition. The flux that does not follow the desired path in the magnetic circuit is called the leakage flux is there. Get it my point? Okay. In most of the practical magnetic circuit, the large part of a flux is through the magnetic material and very small part of the flux is through the surrounding medium. Okay. Now, just try to see that here, this I flowing through the coil is the responsible to produce the magnetic field. Okay. Now, due to the current flowing through the coil, the total flux, the first term is what? The total flux. Who will produce that total flux? This current flowing through that coil. Suppose I consider that one figure. I assume that the total flux produced by the current flowing through the coil is a 10. Then we know that out of this total flux, most of the flux or the large part of a flux will take the path of this magnetic field or inside the solenoid is there. Now here only small part of the coil is wound with that ring is there, but practically what is the case? The ring is entirely wound with the coil. It means that inside the solenoid, or I say that inside the ring, the flux, that flux we call it a useful flux is there. And most of the or the large part of the total flux, it will take the path inside the solenoid. So let me assume that this is the H. Suppose this is the 10. So this expected path, we call it a 8. But very small part of the flux will not take the desired path. The useful flux means what? It will take the desired path of a magnetic circuit. Is it right? But very small part of the flux will not take the desired path, and that flux we call it a leakage flux. And here I say that it's a 2 number. Will not follow the desired path, not follow the desired path. Are you clear this three terminology? Total flux means what? Useful flux means what? And the leakage flux means what? Can anyone repeat me? What is meant by the total flux? Once again, I will repeat. Just listen very carefully. The flux produced by this current flowing through the coil, we call it a total flux. Out of this total flux, large part will take the path inside the solenoid, means inside the ring. That we call it the useful flux is there. The flux that will follow the desired path. And the flux that will not follow the desired path, that we call it the leakage flux is there. So based on this concept, can I write that mathematical equation? Total flux, which is equal to useful flux. Oh my, 1 minute please. Useful flux plus leakage flux. Do you agree with this statement? Please check it. Is it that clear? Yes or no? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is the mathematical equation related to this three fluxes there. Once again, I will repeat. Flux produced by this current, we call it a total flux. तो जर आपण 10 आहे असं कन्सिडर केला असेल तर त्या 10 पैकी 8 flux will take the desired path. and desired path कोणता आहे? Inside the coil. आणि inside the coil काय आहे? Ring. So this is the desired path. And the 2 flux will not take the desired path, means inside the solenoid coil. So we call it the leakage flux is there. Is it that clear? Now try to read it, the concept here. Try to read the definition. The flux that does not follow the desired path in the magnetic circuit is called the leakage flux. In most of the practical circuits, large part of a flux is through the magnetic material. It means that useful flux, and very small part of a flux is through the surrounding medium. It means that it's a leakage flux is there. Okay, so this is about the magnetic leakage, first concept. And now we will try to see that the fringing concept. Now try to have attention here. What is meant by the fringing? Once again, we consider that the same magnetic circuit. 1 minute, please. Give me that 1 minute. The problem it comes here. Okay. So consider here, is the screen is visible? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Screen visible आहे का?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now to understand the concept of the fringing concept आपल्याला आता बघायचा आहे. मग त्याच्यासाठी आपण काय करणार आहोत? Let's we consider that one ring, and now we assume that there is one small socket to that ring. आता हा socket म्हणजे काय? When I try to cut the very small portion of this ring, that is called as a socket, and this is the, when we take that the socket, so definitely the one small air gap is present in the ring here, and the remaining part is same, because that this ring is entirely wound with a coil. आता इथं जरी तुम्हाला थोडासा पोर्शन कॉईल न वाउंड केलेलं दिसत असेल तरी देखील मी प्रत्येक वेळेस सांगतो की आपल्याला काय अज्युम करायचं आहे की ही जी काही पूर्ण रिंग आहे ही पूर्णच्या पूर्ण कॉईल न वाउंड केलेली आहे, so that it acts like a solenoid coil. Is it right? And now when current it flows through the coil, definitely the magnetic field is set up, and this is the desired path of a magnetic field is there. Is it right? So this is the desired path, expected path of a magnetic flux, and this one will take their closed path through the surrounding medium. That's why we say that this is acts as a, or this is known as the leakage flux. Is it right? This is about the previous concept. And now our attention is towards this air gap. This is that air gap. Now if you see that in the air gap, the magnetic fields are rotated in a one direction and parallel to one another. Do you observe these things? In the air gap, the magnetic lines of force are traveling in a one direction and parallel to one another. So what is the property of a magnetic lines of force? When they are traveling in a one direction and parallel to one another, they always try to repel each other. So in the air gap, the magnetic lines of force, they always try to repel one another. They always try to repel one another, but at any cost, they will complete their closed path. मग आता जर त्या एअर गॅप मध्ये मॅग्नेटिक लाईन्स ऑफ फोर्स हे एकमेकाला रिपेल करत असतील तर डेफिनेटली कॅन आय से दॅट एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन टू पास these magnetic lines of force in the air gap will be increased. Do you agree with my statement? Yes or no? So at the edge of that air gap, the magnetic lines of force, when they try to repel each other, so in the air gap, the magnetic field is spread out. The magnetic field is blurred out, and this phenomena, what is that phenomena? At the edge of that air gap, the magnetic lines of force are trying to spread so that effective area of cross section of that air gap will be increases. So this phenomena is known as fringing. This phenomena is known as a fringing. So what is the effect of the fringing? If I consider that area of cross section of that iron ring, suppose I say that it's A, and area of cross section of that air gap, I say that it's AG. Which one is greater, A or AG? So definitely that AG air gap is greater than the A is there. Why? Because I say that, what I say that according to the properties of that magnetic lines of force, at the edge of that air gap, these magnetic field are trying to spread so that effective area of cross section is increased. I have shown with a circle and that hash lines. This phenomena is known as a fringing is there. Try to read it. The parallel lines of force acting in the same direction experience a force of repulsion while crossing the air gap. Due to this property of a lines of force, the useful flux in the air gap always has a tendency to bulge out, spread out at the edge of that air gap as shown in figure. This effect is known as a fringing. It means that the magnetic leakage, this concept is related to the flux, and the magnetic fringing, this concept is related to that area of cross section. Are you clear? Is it that clear? Okay, and now you have that, you know that what is meant by that magnetic leakage and what is meant by that the fringing. Once again, I will repeat. The magnetic leakage is nothing but the flux that will not take the desired path. That flux we call it a leakage flux. And what is meant by the fringing? At the edge of that air gap, the magnetic lines of force are trying to spread out so that effective area of cross section will be increases, so that this concept is known as a fringing. And now here we can say that it is obviously that the fringing increases the effective cross sectional area. Now, according to the definition of a flux density, what is the definition of a flux density? It's a phi upon A. Now, at the edge of that air gap, if this area of cross section, when it will be increases, so what is its effect on the flux density? It means that it is obvious that the fringing increases that effective cross sectional area of that air gap. Therefore, it reduces the flux density in that air gap is there. It means that the flux density, it will be reduces in the air gap. This is the effect of the fringing is there. And now, we will see that the concept, as we know that one minute please, why that slides are not working here.
Sir,
Yes please, yes please.
सर रिड्यूस कसं काय होता येते?
आता मला सांगा, इथं या ठिकाणी रिंगचा एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन जर आपण ए कन्सिडर केला, ठीक आहे, हा काय कन्सिडर केला, हा रिंगचा एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन ए आहे. आता एअर गॅप मध्ये काय होतंय, ज्यावेळेस एअर गॅप मधून मॅग्नेटिक लाईन्स ऑफ फोर्स पास होत असतील त्यावेळेस ते एका डायरेक्शनला आणि पॅरल असल्यामुळं त्यांची टेंडन्सी काय आहे की ती एकमेकाला कायम रिपेल करतात आणि रिपेल केल्यामुळं त्या अशा पास व्हायच्या ऐवजी त्या एकमेकांपासून लांबून पास होतात. इथं मी दाखवलंय बघा, कर्व लाईन दिसत आहेत का तुम्हाला? मग त्याच्यामुळं एअर गॅपचा एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन काय झाला सांगा, वाढला का कमी झाला? काय दिसतंय डायग्राम मध्ये? तर तो तुम्हाला इन्क्रीज झालेला दिसेल, वाढलेला दिसेल, बरोबर आहे. मग आता मला सांगा, फ्लक्स डेन्सिटीची डेफिनेशन काय आहे? फाय अपॉन ए. मग जर एअर गॅप मध्ये तुमचा हा एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन काय होतोय? वाढतोय, तर फ्लक्स डेन्सिटी काय होईल?
डिक्रीज.
काय होईल? डिक्रीज होईल का नाही? कारण तुमची फ्लक्स डेन्सिटी इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू दॅट एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस फॉर्म्युला. मग जर एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन जर वाढत असेल तर डेफिनेटली फ्लक्स डेन्सिटी डिक्रीज होणार आहे ना. कारण फ्लक्स डेन्सिटी म्हणजे काय की त्याला एक मोर स्पेस मिळतोय पास होण्यासाठी, आणि मोर स्पेस झाला म्हणजे त्याची डेन्सिटी कमी झाली. फिनिश. इज इट दॅट क्लिअर? ऐसा नो? अरे कोणी प्रश्न विचारला, आन्सर तरी देत जावं की हो येस किंवा नो म्हणून. येस ऑर नो?
येस सर.
ओके, इट्स क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट थिंग. तुमच्या डिव्हिजनला मला नाउ इफ यू सी दॅट दिस सर्किट डायग्राम, वी नो दॅट ड्यू टू दिस करंट the flux produced that we call it's a total flux. आता जर टोटल फ्लक्स हा 10 कन्सिडर केलाय तर त्यातला 8 फ्लक्स हा एक्सपेक्टेड पाथ घेतोय म्हणजे इनसाइड द कॉइल, आणि 2 फ्लक्स काय करतोय, हा सराउंडिंग मीडियम मधून लीक होतोय, म्हणून त्याला आपण काय म्हणतोय, लिकेज फ्लक्स आहे. सो दॅट वी कॅन राईट दॅट फॉर्म्युला, टोटल फ्लक्स इज इक्वल टू युजफुल फ्लक्स मीन्स दिस 8 प्लस leakage flux, it means that the 2. Is it right? Now this leakage flux, it can be expressed with a leakage coefficient or the leakage factor, and it is denoted by the lambda. So now you can see that the leakage coefficient or the leakage factor, if it is denoted with this lambda, so this lambda means the leakage factor which is equal to the ratio of total flux. मग हा टोटल फ्लक्स कोण तयार करतोय? I. That's why it is represented with phi to the base I divided by useful flux. Useful flux कशाला म्हणतोय आपण? जो या रिंग मधून एअर गॅप मधून फ्लो होतोय आणि एक्सपेक्टेड पाथ घेतोय त्याला आपण म्हणतो युजफुल फ्लक्स. अँड हा एअर गॅप मध्ये फ्लक्स आहे आणि दॅट गॅप G stands for the gap, so that the useful flux it is denoted with, it's a phi G is there. So now this lambda leakage factor, which is nothing but the ratio of total flux upon useful flux. Now concentrate on the numerator and the denominator. Which one is greater? Numerator is greater or the denominator is greater? Total flux जास्त आहे का useful flux जास्त आहे? इथं बघा.
total flux.
Total flux means I say that the numerator is greater. If the numerator is greater, then what will be the value of a lambda? Can I say that it's always greater than 1?
Positive.
It's always greater than 1. I can say that. And practically it is observed that the value of lambda for any electrical machine which is based on that magnetic circuit is in the ratio of 1.15 to 1.25. Most of the times this range it may ask for MCQ type of question. कारण लॅम्बडा म्हणजेच काय दिलेलं आहे आपल्याला, आपल्याला एक लक्षात यायला पाहिजे आता की लॅम्बडाची व्हॅल्यू ही ऑलवेज ग्रेटर दॅन 1 आहे. सो 1 आहे याचा अर्थ आपल्याला न्यूमरेटरला काय लिहिलं पाहिजे, टोटल फ्लक्सच लिहिला पाहिजे. डिनॉमिनेटरला काय आहे, युजफुल फ्लक्स. इज इट राईट? दॅट्स वाय its range is always in between 1.15 to 1.25. That's why I have said that this magnetic leakage concept is related to the flux, so that this leakage factor is nothing but the total flux upon the useful flux is that. Is it that clear?
Yes, sir.
And now we are trying to discuss about the fringing concept is there. Okay, forget about that here. Let me take that the one blank side. And now consider, just concentrate here. So here we consider that, oh, 1 minute. Suppose I consider that one ring. This is one ring with a small air gap. And this ring is entirely wound with a coil, n number of turns. Is it right? So when current it flows through that coil, this is the expected path of a magnetic flux. But small part of a flux will leak in the surrounding medium. We call it a leakage flux. Is it right? So the current will produce the flux. That flux we call it a total flux. The flux which will take the desired path, expected path, that flux we call it's a useful flux. Useful flux. And the flux which will not take the desired path, that we call it's a leakage flux. Okay. So the total flux will produce by the current, so that it is denoted with phi I. And the flux which will take the desired path, it is available in the air gap. That's why it is denoted with a phi G. And the magnetic leakage, it can be expressed with the leakage factor, which is nothing but lambda, and that is nothing but the ratio of total flux, that is nothing but phi I, to the useful flux, that is nothing but phi G. And we know that this lambda is always greater than 1. Its a range of lambda is 1.15 to 1.25. Is it right? So this leakage is related to the leakage factor. And now magnetic fringing. Now we know that magnetic fringing is related to the air gap and its area of cross section, so that we know that A is nothing but area of cross section of ring, and AG is nothing but area of cross section of air gap. And we know that due to fringing effect, area of cross section of an air gap AG is greater than A. So this fringing, it can be also expressed with a factor, and that factor we call it's a fringe factor. Fringe factor, and it is nothing but the ratio of AG upon A. Now concentrate towards this ratio, AG upon A. Which one is greater, numerator or denominator?
Numerator.
So the numerator is greater. So I can also say that the fringe factor is also always greater than 1 here. Is it right? And now it's my request to you, you please note down these two formulae. First formula is for lambda, which is nothing but total flux upon useful flux, and the second formula for fringe factor. Note it down. Okay, noted.
Yes, sir.
And then write down one important note below that. Write down note in that number 1. Value of lambda is always greater than 1. Value of lambda is always greater than 1. Full stop. It has its range. It has its range. Write down that range 1.15 to 1.25 and write it down somewhere. This range and that formula you have to remember for MCQ type of a question. Okay. And now second note, the value of a fringe factor, the value of a fringe factor is always greater than 1. Is always greater than 1. Noted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now the second point, second title in your notebook, it should be composite series magnetic circuit. Make a title. Write the title in the notebook. And then give the attention here. Now we are going to discuss that one more theoretical concept, important concept. So now we have to discuss about the series magnetic circuit. त्याच्यावर composite का म्हणले? That thing we will discuss later. Now we have to give the more trace on the series magnetic circuit. मग त्याच्यापूर्वी पहिल्यांदा series DC circuitचा concept आठवा. When we say that series DC circuit, so can I say that in series DC circuit, current flowing through each resistance is the same? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And the resistances are connected end to end. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Now, same concept is applicable to the series magnetic circuit. If in place of resistances, now here the different magnetic materials, I consider that. When the different magnetic materials are connected end to end, so that आता करंटच्या ऐवजी मॅग्नेटिक सर्किट मध्ये काय कन्सेप्ट आहे?
Magnetic flux.
Absolutely correct. So can I say that when the different magnetic circuit, म्हणजे different resistor, when the different magnetic materials are connected end to end, so that there is only one path to the flow of a magnetic flux, then this circuit is called as a series magnetic circuit. Simple thing is that, just analogous to the DC circuit. When the different magnetic circuit, आता different magnetic circuit म्हणजे काय की आता हे ब्ल्यू कलर मध्ये एक पहिलं मॅग्नेटिक मटेरियल आहे बघा, ऑरेंज कलर मध्ये हे दुसरं मॅग्नेटिक मटेरियल आहे, पिंक कलर मध्ये हे तिसरं मॅग्नेटिक मटेरियल आहे, अलॉंग विथ दॅट एअर गॅप हे चौथं आहे मटेरियल. म्हणजे टोटल 4 मटेरियल्स आहेत, अँड विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दिस 4 डिफरंट मटेरियल, the shape of that magnetic circuit is in the form of ring. म्हणजे रिंगच्या शेप मध्ये ते एकमेकाला कनेक्ट केलेत एंड टू एंड, सो दॅट देर इज ओनली वन पाथ टू द फ्लो ऑफ अ मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स. बघा हा मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्सचा पाथ आहे. मीन्स द मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स थ्रू एनी मटेरियल इज अ सेम. That's why we call it a series magnetic circuit. And here अ डिफरंट मॅग्नेटिक मटेरियल विथ अ डिफरंट डायमेन्शन. म्हणजे काय की या ब्ल्यू ची लेंथ L1 आहे, एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन A1 आहे, याची रिलेटिव्ह परमिएबिलिटी μr1 आहे. ऑरेंज कलरच्या मटेरियलची लेंथ L2 आहे, एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन A2 आहे, रिलेटिव्ह परमिएबिलिटी μr2 आहे. पिंक कलर मटेरियलची लेंथ L3 आहे, एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन A3 आहे, याचा रिलेटिव्ह परमिएबिलिटी μr3 आहे. आणि एअर गॅपची लेंथ LG, G स्टँड्स फॉर गॅप, आणि त्याचा एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन AG आहे. परंतु याचा रिलेटिव्ह परमिएबिलिटी काय असते एअर गॅपची?
1.
इट्स ऑलवेज 1. आपण ते शिकलेलो आहे बघा. रिलेटिव्ह परमिएबिलिटी इज 1 फॉर एअर, फॉर फ्री स्पेस, फॉर व्हॅक्यूम and for any non-magnetic material. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल वूड, लाकूड, ज्याच्यासाठी रिलेटिव्ह परमिएबिलिटी ही 1 आहे. बघा रिलेटिव्ह परमिएबिलिटी 1 कशासाठी असते? एअर मेडियम साठी आहे, फ्री स्पेस साठी आहे, व्हॅक्यूम साठी आहे आणि नॉन मॅग्नेटिक मटेरियल साठी आहे. इज इट दॅट क्लिअर? ओके. आणि हे जे काही डिफरंट मॅग्नेटिक मटेरियल विथ डिफरंट डायमेन्शन्स आर कन्सिडर, दॅट्स वाय इट इज कन्सिडर ॲज अ डिफरंट कंपोजिशन. कारण वेगवेगळे मटेरियल घेतलेले आहे तिथं, एक टाईपचे मटेरियल नाही आहेत. म्हणजे त्यांचं प्रत्येकाचं कंपोजिशन हे वेगवेगळं आहे. मग एक आयर्न घ्या, एक निकेल घ्या, एक कोबाल्ट घ्या, त्याच्याबरोबर एक एअर गॅप आहे. म्हणजे दॅट्स वाय इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ कंपोजिट series magnetic circuit. Is it that clear? And now we will have to look towards this diagram. So here I consider that this is the first material, this is the second material, this is the third one, this one is the fourth one. Now length is a L1, area of cross section A1, mu r is mu r1, relative permeability. Length for the second material is L2, area of cross section A2, relative permeability mu r2. Here length is L3, area of cross section is A3, and the relative permeability is mu r3. And here length is LG and area of cross section is AG, but mu r is 1. आता मला सांगा, सेरीज डीसी सर्किट मध्ये जसं की रेजिस्टन्स एंड टू एंड कनेक्ट केले जात होते, तसं इथं काय केलेलं आहे, वेगवेगळे मटेरियल एंड टू एंड कनेक्ट केले. बरोबर आहे, वेगवेगळे मॅग्नेटिक मटेरियल एंड टू एंड कनेक्ट केलेले आहेत. आता मला सांगा, सेरीज डीसी सर्किट मध्ये तुम्ही टोटल रेजिस्टन्स कसा काढत होता?
R1 plus R.
म्हणजे सिम्पली ऍडिशन ना, सम ऑफ ऑल इंडिव्हिज्युअल रेजिस्टन्सेस. बरोबर आहे. मग आता जसा तिथं करंटला अपोज करणारा पार्ट हा रेजिस्टन्स होता, तसं या ठिकाणी करंटच्या ऐवजी फ्लक्स आहे. फ्लक्सला अपोज करणारा पार्ट कोणता आहे सांगा?
Reluctance.
Reluctance. How it can be denoted?
Small s.
It's a small s. मग आता मला सांगा, जर एक 4 डिफरंट मटेरियल आहेत, ते एकमेकाला सिरीज मध्ये कनेक्ट केलेले आहेत, तर याचा टोटल रिलक्टन्स कसा काढणार?
S1 plus S2.
Absolutely correct. Total reluctance of this composite series magnetic circuit, S, which is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus SG. I say that. G म्हणजे एअर गॅपचा. S1 म्हणजे काय? रिलक्टन्स ऑफर्ड बाय दिस ब्लू टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल. S2 म्हणजे काय? रिलक्टन्स ऑफर्ड बाय दिस ऑरेंज टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल. S3 म्हणजे काय? रिलक्टन्स ऑफर्ड बाय दिस पिंक टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल. आणि SG म्हणजे काय? रिलक्टन्स ऑफर्ड बाय द एअर गॅप. परंतु हे रिलक्टन्स ऑफर्ड म्हणजे अपोजिशन कोणाला आहे?
फ्लक्सला.
इट्स अ फ्लक्स. आणि फ्लक्स कसा आहे प्रत्येक मटेरियल मधून? सेम आहे का डिफरंट आहे?
सेम.
कारण ती सेरीज सर्किटची प्रॉपर्टी आहे. लक्षात घेताय का तुम्ही? ओके. सो कॅन यू गिव्ह मी दॅट व्हॉट इज द फॉर्म्युला फॉर एस?
L upon mu 0.
L upon mu 0 mu r a. मग आता जर तुम्ही एस चा फॉर्म्युला व्यवस्थित बघितला तर तुमच्या असं लक्षात येईल की रिलक्टन्स हा लेंथ वरती डिपेंड आहे, तसाच तो एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन वरती डिपेंड आहे, तसाच तो रिलेटिव्ह परमियाबिलिटी वरती पण डिपेंड आहे. μ0 ची तर व्हॅल्यू कॉन्स्टंट आहे 4 पाय इंटू 10⁻⁷. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे 3 गोष्टीवरती रिलक्टन्स डिपेंड आहे. एक आहे लेंथ, एक आहे एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन, एक आहे त्याची रिलेटिव्ह परमियाबिलिटी. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे त्या प्रत्येक मटेरियल वरती डिपेंड आहे. सो कॅन आय राईट द फॉर्म्युला फॉर एस which is nothing but L1 upon μ0 μr1 A1. μ0 1 2 लेत नाही कारण μ0 ची व्हॅल्यू कॉन्स्टंट आहे. S2 रिलक्टन्स ऑफर्ड बाय द ऑरेंज टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल. कसं लिहिणार मी याला? μ0 μr2 A2, कारण प्रत्येकाची लेंथ वेगळा आहे, एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन वेगळा आहे आणि रिलेटिव्ह परमियाबिलिटी वेगळा आहे. S3 म्हणजे रिलक्टन्स ऑफर्ड बाय द pink type of a material. So L3 which is equal to μ0 μr2 μr3 into A3 plus SG means reluctance offered by that air gap. So that LG divided by μ0. आता याचं रिलेटिव्ह परमियाबिलिटी काय आहे? 1 आहे. मग ते मी लिहित नाही. I can write it down AG, area of cross section of that air gap is there. लक्षात आलं इथपर्यंत? Now, our basic formula for the magnetic circuit is phi is equal to mmf upon reluctance. So I can also write mmf, which is nothing but n into I, which is equal to phi into s. परंतु phi तर प्रत्येकाला सेम आहे, परंतु रिलक्टन्स वेगवेगळा आहे. So I can write phi in bracket L1 upon μ0 μr1 A1 plus L2 upon μ0 μr2 into A2 plus L3 upon μ0 μr3 into A3 plus Lg upon μ0 Ag, bracket complete. This is the total yes. And now the phi is the same. Now I try to multiply this phi in a bracket, but I will try to write it down with a little bit different arrangement. So how I can write? Phi upon μ0 μr1 A1 into L1. Is it okay? Plus phi upon μ0 μr2 A2 into L2 plus phi upon μ0 μr3 into A3 into L3 plus phi upon μ0 μr is not here, it's 1 Ag into Lg. मी काय केलंय? फक्त phi न ब्रॅकेट मधल्या प्रत्येक टर्मला मल्टिप्लाइड केलेलं आहे. आता मला सांगा, हा जर रेशो बघितला phi upon A1, what is that thing? Phi
B.
upon A. So what is, according to the definition of a flux density, our formula for B is a phi upon A. परंतु या सिरीज मॅग्नेटिक सर्किट मध्ये phi तर सेम आहे, म्हणून तर त्याला 1 2 3 असं आलेलं नाही. पण एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन काय आहे? डिफरंट आहे. सो कॅन आय राईट इट डाऊन? ड्यू टू दिस डिफरंट एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन, द फ्लक्स डेन्सिटी इज ऑल्सो डिफरंट फॉर डिफरंट मटेरियल इज दॅट. कारण phi पण सेम असता, A पण सेम असता, तर फ्लक्स डेन्सिटी पण सेम आली असती. परंतु इथे एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन कसा आहे? वेगवेगळा आहे. सो दिस phi upon A1 I can write B1 of the blue type of material, flux density of a blue type of material, upon μ0 μr1 L1 plus phi upon A2 is nothing but B2 upon μ0 μr2 into L2 plus B3 upon μ0 μr3 into L3 plus phi upon Ag I can write Bg, flux density in that air gap, upon μ0 into Lg. Is it that clear? इथपर्यंत बघा, क्लिअर झालं का?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now the thing is that B upon μ0 μr means what?
Mu.
B upon mu 0 mu r. This ratio indicates what?
H.
Absolutely correct, because we have that formula B is equal to mu into H. It means that H is equal to B upon mu. It means that H is equal to B upon mu 0 mu r. So I can write here H1 L1 plus H2 L2 plus H3 L3 plus Hg Lg. But what is this? This is the total MMF of the circuit here. Now here, very important formulae we have derived in the composite magnetic circuit. Number one, how you can calculate the total reluctance of this circuit? It is nothing but the summation of individual reluctance offered by the material here. Then number two, if you know that the flux density, then how you can calculate the total MMF? With this formula is there. And number three, if you know that the field strength of each component, then how you can calculate the total MMF? H1 L1 H2 L2, like that. So these are the three different formulas we derived in this composite magnetic circuit is there. Is it that clear? कोणता फॉर्म्युला जर तुम्हाला टोटल रिलक्टन्स काढायचा असेल तर तुम्ही पहिल्या नंबरचा फॉर्म्युला यूज करू शकता. सपोज टोटल एमएमएफ काढायचा आहे आणि फ्लक्स डेन्सिटी दिले तर दुसऱ्या नंबरचा फॉर्म्युला यूज करू शकता. जर सपोज टोटल एमएमएफ काढायचा आहे आणि फील्ड स्ट्रेंथ एच दिलाय तर तिसऱ्या नंबरचा फॉर्म्युला यूज करायचा आहे. म्हणजे फॉर्म्युला कोणता यूज करायचा आहे, इट इज टोटली बेस्ड ऑन यू. गेट इट माय पॉइंट? सिरीज मॅग्नेटिक सर्किट मधला कन्सेप्ट लक्षात आले का बघा. हे तीन फॉर्म्युले लक्षात आले का बघा कसे डिराइव्ह झाले ते. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now another one important thing before going to end the session here, let me try to discuss. And what is that important thing? Here the two things we have to discuss here. One minute please. One is the magnetic leakage. Magnetic leakage. So this concept is related to the flux. And second one is magnetic fringing. This concept is related to that area of cross section. Area of cross section. बरोबर आहे. मग जर आता पहिला पॉइंट मी जर असं अज्युम केलं, निग्लेक्ट मॅग्नेटिक लीकेज मीन्स एक्झॅक्टली व्हॉट. जर आपण मॅग्नेटिक लीकेज निग्लेक्ट केलं म्हणजे याचा अर्थ काय? So as you know that the equation total flux is equal to useful flux plus leakage flux. मग जर लिकेजच निग्लेक्ट केलंय म्हणजे झिरो कन्सिडर केलं तर याचा अर्थ काय झाला?
Total flux is equal to is useful flux.
Total flux, it is denoted with phi I, which is equal to useful flux, it's a phi G. म्हणजे सगळाच्या सगळा फ्लक्स हा त्या रिंग मधून फ्लो झाला पाहिजे, म्हणजे निग्लेक्ट लिकेज म्हणू आपण. डू यू एग्री विथ मी? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And this is the ideal condition. Practically this is the ideal condition is there. Now please try to remember these things. आता second point असा आहे, when I say that neglect magnetic fringing. आता फ्रिंजिंग निग्लेक्ट करा म्हणजे काय? फ्रिंजिंग कन्सेप्ट कशाशी रिलेटेड आहे? एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शनची. आणि फ्रिंजिंग होतंय म्हणजे नेमकं काय होतंय? एअर गॅप मधला एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन वाढतोय. मग आता निग्लेक्ट फ्रिंजिंग याचा अर्थ काय?
Area of cross section
एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन हा वाढला नाही पाहिजे. एअर गॅप मध्ये एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन वाढला नाही पाहिजे, ही पण एक आयडियल कंडिशन आहे. याचा अर्थ मी असं म्हणू शकतो का, एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन ऑफ द रिंग ए which is equal to area of cross section of that air gap. Do you agree with me? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
लक्षात आला concept? So please take a note of these two things. When we neglect the magnetic leakage, phi I is equal to phi G, and when we neglect the magnetic fringing, area of cross section of the ring is equal to the area of cross section of that air gap. Please take a note of this, and today we stop here. Roll number 6 is absent. One 6 is absent. Twenty-seven is absent. 29 is absent. 36 is 36 I think is present. 42 is absent. 57, 58 are absent. 60 is absent. 64 is absent. 66, 67 and 68 are absent. Okay, so today we stop here.